everybody. Welcome. We're going to do something really fun today. We're going to talk about the prickly pear.
Yes, welcome to the Culinary View here in the Vineyard District. You know, every month we do a different ingredient, and this year we've been focusing on indigenous ingredients. So this month we're going to be talking about the prickly pear, and it's something that you don't normally think of as an ingredient, sort of like when we did the mesquite beans. But this is something that is really prolific in our area and certainly drought hardy. So we thought we would talk about the prickly pear, and you can buy them in the grocery store. You see these, they're already spineless. There's no thorns. You can buy them that way.
Very important.
I highly
Get
recommend
those
that.
spines off of there, because
Yes.
woo, boy, they hurt.
And then you peel away the skin, and you end up with this really kind of almost a cucumber texture. It's a cross between a cucumber and a melon texture fruit with a lot of seeds on the inside. And from this, Chef Zeke at the Vintage House has created a barbecue sauce using the prickly pear.
And it is delicious. It is absolutely delicious.
And very different. It's lighter in style. It's a little it's crisper, and it has more of a fruit characteristic to it than your heavier, smokier barbecue sauces with a lot of maple syrup. This one is really good, and for lighter fare during the summertime, we've really enjoyed it, and perfect with chicken dishes.
Oh,
Yes.
lovely chicken dish.
Great for chicken dishes, but also for seafood, and we've really enjoyed it with our shrimp. We
And
love
see,
it
this
with
is
the
our
shrimp,
little
grilled shrimp.
prickly pear that we grow in the backyard right
in
here.
the backyard. Now you can tell there's a big difference from the culinary prickly pears you
Yes.
can get in the store, but you can still use them if you have them.
Yep. Now, how do we get this barbecue sauce?
Yes, so the recipe is online, and you can follow the link to see the recipe that he has put together. But in the recipe, you'll see that we will cut up the prickly pear. We're going to cook the prickly pear, but then you're going to need to strain the meat of the pear away from the seeds. Otherwise, you're going to be, it's very crunchy if you don't get rid of the seeds.
And how do you cook it?
You just cook it in the sauce.
Yes.
On the stove.
Yes.
And then you can put the sauce in the chinois, which is a really cool little device here.
Chinois.
And it's got the holes that are just the right size. And you can strain your sauce.
And it catches all the seeds.
It catches all the seeds. And then you end up with a nice, beautiful, smooth, light barbecue sauce.
Look at this texture. I mean, it is amazing. And it tastes so good.
It is really good.
And it goes so well with wine.
Yes, many different styles of wine too, because it's a lighter type of sauce. So actually we put it with our with the Chardonnay because it's got a nice acidity to it. The prickly pear itself doesn't add a lot of flavor, maybe just a hint of bitterness that actually kind of creates an acidity in the sauce. But it goes well with high acid wines like our Chardonnay, or most white wines actually would go really well with it.
Really goes nicely. You know, and you know, with the drought we've had, you start looking at plants that can survive in a drought.
Absolutely.
And the cactus is certainly a plant that can survive and thrive, actually. And our cactus has really done well. It also propagates very, very easily. You know, if you take one of the petals of the cactus and you put it in some good potting soil, within 3 or 4 weeks, you've got roots, and the roots then help you to form a plant. And really, within 6 months, you've got a thriving cactus.
You know, we had several planters that we have had to replant several times over the last 2 years because it's been challenging. And finally, Paul propagated some of our cactus that was so prolific, and they've done just fine. And we've never watered them. They do just well with whatever rainwater happens to come by, and they're still alive. So
And it's
a good
nice to
plant.
have a plant that lived. Yes. I mean, we've had plenty of plants that have looked a little bit rough. You know, we had a 1-inch rain the other day, and all the plants are just starting to perk up again. And boy, that would be nice if we get a few more rains.
Yes, and if you go online to the website, you'll see that there is an article by Michael Vadrine, who is our master gardener that writes for our ingredients here every month. And he has done a really good article about the cacti and what grows well in our area.
And then the second wine that we wanted to express was excellent with this barbecue sauce, in addition to the Chardonnay, is our Petit Verdot. You know, Petit Verdot is an up-and-coming varietal. You know, it was always used as a blender, but lately it's been kind of a star unto itself. And our Petit Verdot is absolutely dynamite. It is inky dark. The skin produces a beautiful violet color. You know, it's just beautiful. And then it has such a great taste. And here it is. It looks fantastic. You know, and Petit Verdot seems to do extremely well in Texas. It seems to like dry climates, and Petit Verdot seems to do really, really well. And it goes so well with the barbecue sauce. I mean,
actually,
what a nice pairing.
It is, and it's unusual because it's such a dark red wine. You would think that maybe it would be too heavy because of the lighter style of the sauce. But in fact, because the flavor components of the sauce are heavier flavor weight that we've used for the sauce, it goes nicely with the Petit Verdot, which has a good fruit base to it. It's not real tannic, it's smooth on the finish, and so it does pair nicely. The other tip is, if you're doing prickly pears, you know, you can smoke them. And so when you smoke them, that gives a little hint of that smoky character too, that makes it a better pairing for red wines.
And the smoky character goes well with the oak-aged wines,
Yes.
like the Petit Verdot, the Sagrantino, the GSM, the Cabernet Sauvignon, all those that get about a year of oak aging. You pick up that smoky character from the oak and the smoky character from the lovely sauce.
And GSM would go well with this too, because it is a medium-bodied wine, and it's got some nice acidity to it as a red. So that would be a nice complement to the sauce as well.
So enjoy your cacti. You know, be sure to get those little spines taken away. But these can easily be purchased at a lot of your grocery stores, and they make for a very, very nice barbecue sauce.
And a lot of fun. You can experiment with them, do different things, different recipes. We actually had a breakfast taste-off with our grandchildren this last weekend, and our grandson did an bacon, egg, and prickly pear breakfast sandwich. It was very good.
It was good. It was. I think we have a new chef coming up. You know, it's amazing. You know, Sophia loves to be in the lab and working with her dad, making, really investigating the laboratory results of the wine. And Paul Anthony seems to be our culinary expert. So,
and also prickly pear, it makes a nice jelly if you wanted to do the traditional prickly pear jelly, cacti jelly.
So, on behalf of all of us here at Messina Hoff and the culinary
Yes, in the Vineyard District.
and the Vineyard District, we want to wish everybody some great culinary experiences, great wine, and enjoy Texas wine especially.
Amen.
On behalf of both of us, God bless you all.
God bless.
Take care.